had a nice house. I drove a pretty nice car. I felt like I had the life. I had a pretty nice job, so I never would have foreseen myself in this particular situation. But circumstances happened. I got really ill. My kidney failed while I was pregnant with my last son. And because I was in Wisconsin, I had no family. I had no one there to help assist me through the illness itself. At the time, I had 5 children, so it was pretty tumultuous on me and my family. So I kind of depended on them a lot.
At least 1 in 7 households in Cook County is 1 paycheck or less away from crisis. 1 disaster, 1 illness, 1 accident, and they could be facing homelessness. When the unthinkable happens, they turn to Housing Forward.
So initially, I went to a hotel because I just didn't want to see myself classified as being with a shelter. Because the shelter has a certain classification of homelessness, kind of degrading. There's this bad stigma where you're down and you're in poverty if you resort to a shelter. It's just frowned upon, not only in the family, but in the community as well, because I am a mom of 6. And because I do have 3 autistic children, I did not see myself in a shelter. But once I exhausted my funds staying in a hotel, I just decided to give Housing Forward a call. And to my surprise, when I called them and explained to them my situation, they helped immensely. It wasn't what I anticipated. They did not place us in a shelter with cots. They placed us in Airbnbs, where we would all be closed in together, and I'll be able to focus on the most important thing, which is, giving my children the therapy that they need. And I was so surprised. I didn't know that, Housing Forward would do those types of things for me and my family. They helped them go to a nice school in a pretty nice area. I was like, wow, what is this? Like, it's completely different from what I thought. And then when I go inside, when I come in the building, it's like, it's not like a shelter. It's like an establishment, and I'm sitting with actual people.
So I basically network with different agencies to find resources for clients. And with that, every client is different. So every need is different. So there's not one particular thing that is the same. So Anita came to us through my connection with Gala and New Moms. She got referred to Gail through District 97. At the time, she wasn't homeless. She was doubled up and she lived with her sister. And they were trying to get her stabilized. So when she came, I just sat down and talked to her. But I knew that she would not be suitable for shelter. Because being a mom, you just think what if that was me? So I think that's the hardest part for me. Single individuals, you only have to worry about yourself. But when it's somebody and their kids, it's kind of you think what if that was me? Or what if that was my kids? Could I handle that? So I immediately called my supervisor, who said that we could put them up in a hotel until we came up with a better solution. I also made some connections with the Illinois Department of Human Services, who was able to go ahead and expedite their food stamp process, because that usually takes 30 days. We reached out to our housing navigator, who was on the lookout for different places that she could apply for housing. It did take a lot. District 97 was really helpful in getting the younger ones in school. Because she has a past ID, she was able to go to the food pantry, the Oak Park food pantry. And one of the things that makes housing work is the collaborations. No one agency can do it by themselves. Case management would be actually impossible to do without other people because everybody is a piece to the puzzle.
Housing Forward maintains formal partnerships with 17 agencies and connections with over 30 community partners and more than 50 faith-based organizations. In 2018, these partnerships allowed Housing Forward to provide services for 2,008 individuals, 221 of them children. In 2019, Housing Forward is combining safe, clean, secure housing with mental and physical health services in a housing and health partnership that can bring about significant changes for individuals and families in need. We are excited to introduce Sojourner House.
Sojourner House is a partnership between Housing Forward and the Oak Park Housing Authority. Sojourner House will be arranged to serve a combination of individuals who require immediate and accessible shelter. Sojourner means a temporary stay. Sojourner House is designed to provide short-term residency and will serve as a bridge to housing stability and until a long-term housing solution is identified. We recognize that the emergency shelter is not always the ideal setting or best option for our most vulnerable clients. Sojourner is a new model of housing. There's really nothing like it in suburban Cook County. It's an innovative approach to addressing the complex needs of someone experiencing homelessness. We are proud to lead this endeavor of providing temporary housing for the vulnerable populations in our community in conjunction with the Oak Park Housing Authority and McNeil Hospital.
So if the Sojourner House was available for Juanita and her family, they would have had a home to go to that would have provided them with a place to sleep. It also would have given them more structure. It would have given her a place where someone would have been able to come in and provide respite services. Because her children had disabilities, they would have been able to have on-site therapies. She could have accessed a lot of other services that would have also been beneficial for her family. She would have had a more suitable environment.
I've been working with outreach specialist here, and she has a house already in the makings for us, and they already have things set up for my security deposit and first month's rent to get paid. So I know that there's light on the other end of the tunnel, but honestly I don't feel like I'm in a tunnel. I just feel normal. Housing Forward they will help people, no matter age, race, religion, creed, family size, mental or physical disability. They'll help, and they'll make you feel as comfortable as they possibly can throughout the process.